Hi, gang. It's Patrick.
And Adam.
Coming up on today's episode, we dive into some listener feedback and announce a giveaway in partnership with one of our Tweedledees. We cover the latest Disney news, and we celebrate Black History Month with a special installment of our Disney Legends segment on the DL. As always, we close out the show with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Adam Vinegar Hummel. Gotcha. I gotcha on that one.
Hey, gang, I just had some apple cider vinegar in hot water because I came to the recording session with heartburn, and Patrick the Witch says that the apple cider vinegar will eliminate the heartburn.
Mm-hmm. It's a fact.
TBD, I still have heartburn.
Listen, I'm all about homeopathic remedies.
Homopathic? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Patrick Suzanne Kazuki.
Suzanne Summers?
I was thinking Suzanne Sugarbaker.
Oh, okay, great.
But
I
either
identify
way,
with both.
Either way, it's a win.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win for you. How are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Fantastic. How was your week?
It was good. It was a busy week. Work was crazy. We just moved floors. It's always a mess when that happens.
What a challenge.
No one knows where their apples are, where their pencils are, where the water is.
Can I ask you a very pressing question?
I wish you would.
Is your desk orientation the same way as it was on your previous floor?
It's not. In fact, we have a whole new floor pattern. It's an open floor pattern, which you know I love.
Yeah.
Nope, I'd rather work in a cave with no one around me.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need to hear you talking. I don't need you to pop over my cubicle.
I don't want you to watch me watching Disney Plus while I'm supposed to be working. Who needs it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm trying to watch Cheer on Netflix, folks.
Yeah.
Such a good show.
We'll have a discussion about that later.
Oh, you are in the minority if you don't like it.
I just feel like they should call it willingly giving yourself a concussion every 2 seconds on that show.
Well, yeah, it's a dangerous sport, that's for sure.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm watching on Netflix?
The Golden Girls.
No. No, they're on Hulu.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm watching The Goop Lab.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow. I've heard it's actually really good. Oh, okay.
Listen, I stan Gwenny. I love me some Gwenny.
Yeah.
Like Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, of course.
That moment when she comes on during the final performance and she comes on as Juliet.
Yeah.
And the audience is like,
yeah.
And then Joseph Fiennes is looking at her from the wings and she looks over at him and it's just kind of like the music. I mean, that is like an iconic film moment for me.
We'll get back to Disney, but also her role in The Politician, that TV show.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, treat yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've kind of been saving it for like a bad weekend or
something. That's a good idea.
So I've been watching The Goop Lab.
Okay, great.
And episode 2 is as far as I got. And then I had to check out because episode 2 is all about healing yourself by like jumping into freezing cold water or something. And I'm just coming from Minnesota. I'm like, this is just everyday life for us. And these LA people are like, it was so cold. And the water was 34 degrees, Patrick.
Well, there is something to be said for, what is it, like cryogenic freezing or whatever, those booths that you go into.
Oh, yeah.
They sort of recover your muscles and skin a lot quicker than normal.
Yeah.
So I'm fully on board with that, but I understand your hesitance toward it.
Just give episode 2 a watch.
Okay.
Because it was an eye roller for me.
Got it.
But episode 1 was about psychedelic drugs, kind of using them to have an experience to kind of confront depression or trauma in your life. And that I can actually kind of get behind. And I know there's science behind it. And I kind of want to try it myself with the supervision of a doctor on hand.
Well, I'll tell you what, my hair, what do you call him, technician? I don't know. Ted, he fully recommended it to me. So I'm gonna watch it. And now that you have not recommended it to me, I'm going to go with Ted on this one.
I recommend episode 1.
Okay.
And then episode 2 from you is like, I don't know if I can continue. No, I just don't know if I can do it.
Got it.
What you watching?
What you watching? Nothing on Disney, apparently.
Well, Patrick, it's February.
It is February. We made it. Looks like we made it.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, January was 87 weeks long.
So long.
Crazy town.
But I'm also concerned that as a culture, we have become so dependent on a speedy transition to anything.
Yeah.
That, a 30-day, 31-day month, you're just like, I can't do it.
I think especially, though, in Minnesota, it's so cold in January. It's just like, stop it. Stop it already.
Yeah.
That's my January fest, I guess. I don't know.
Stop it already.
Sorry.
It's also Black History Month.
It is Black History Month.
A time to celebrate and reflect.
The contributions of all of our African-American brothers and sisters. And we actually have an episode dedicated to Black History Month. I'm very excited about it.
Yes.
Not the news necessarily, but our main segment will primarily focus on some delightful Disney legends.
Delightful, so talented.
So talented.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about every one of these individuals.
Me too. It's also Super Bowl weekend, Patrick.
Not as exciting, Adam. Not as exciting.
What are you talking about?
Who's playing? The Horned Devils and the Hootie Fish? I don't know. Yep. What are the sports names?
That's it. The Horned Devils and the Hootie Fish.
And the Hootie Fish
are going to take to the football pitch. And they're going to try to score some field goals and three-pointers.
Some hooks.
From the 50-yard line.
Some grabs will be made.
Yeah.
A lot of passes.
A lot of passes.
I'm on the field. Make a lot of passes on that field. Playing some foot games.
Footy ball.
Footy ball.
Uh-huh.
We're so gay.
No, I know who it is. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, which...
Okay.
Let's not get into
problematic. Okay.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
All right. Also problematic.
You think the 49ers?
They should be the 69ers, don't you think?
I thought you were going to be like, it's very offensive to 49ers back in the day who were like, there's gold in these rivers.
Well, that was offensive just now.
Was it? Was it?
No, just your accent was terrible.
Are 49ers still a culture that we need to recognize?
Listen, who doesn't like gold?
That's true. That's true. Panning for gold.
They should be the San Francisco Midases instead.
Oh.
See?
How about the San Francisco fairies? Just embrace the gay culture.
I like that idea. We're so versed in sports, Adam.
Yeah.
Could we be any more cliche right now?
I think so.
Okay, great. Let's try. I do like a lot of sports. I've just never latched onto football.
Yeah.
It's never been my thing.
I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And we have the Green Bay Packers in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And innately, I don't know what it is, Patrick, but if there's a game on, I suddenly become very invested in a Packers game.
Oh.
And I feel things. I experience things.
In your pants?
Yes, and.
Okay.
There was a player, I think his name was Jordy or something.
Okay, great.
Jordy.
Uh-oh.
Give me a call.
Uh-oh.
I think it was Jordy.
I think it's a very polarizing sport because it's so masculine that it tends to ostracize people who don't identify as masculine as football tends to be.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
You also have to think that dudes are putting their hands between another dude's legs to receive a ball.
Their full face, really, is right in that butt. Have you seen a huddle or whatever it's called? The scrimmage, the scrum? I don't know what it is.
Yes, I have seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a football game?
I should really play football.
Okay.
I should really do it. Well, we have a listener shout out to make. We have to give a shout out to our Tweedledee John, who you can find on Instagram at JohnWhite85.
Hi, John.
John is from the UK.
We have so many UK listeners.
I love it.
I'm excited about that, actually.
I can't wait to go on our UK tour next year.
Honestly, I think we need to because we have our friends over at Once Upon a Scream who live there.
Yeah.
We should do a crossover episode live and in person.
I would love that.
All right. Patreon members, up your game.
John wrote in to also comment on the UK Pavilion's fish and chips in Epcot.
Oh.
He said they were trash.
Okay.
He said they were trash.
That's fair.
But he did invite us over to the UK to try real fish and chips.
He did.
And cocktails.
Okay. Well, I have a Venmo, John. Just send me that cash.
Yeah.
And we'll be on our way.
Yeah. Please. Please do that, John.
We've got some more shout-outs to give, Adam.
Yes.
To 3 new Patreon members.
3, you say?
3 new members.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. We have Andy, Eric, and Myrna, who have just joined our Patreon family.
Myrna.
Myrnah. I think I'm saying that right.
Or is it just Myrna?
It could be Myrna, could be Myrna. Myrna, please let me know.
Oh.
I want to be able to say your name correctly.
Either way, I'm on board.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining our family. For those who don't know, we do have a Patreon page. You can go over to gazetothed.com and click on donate. And for as little as $1 recurring a month, you can join our Patreon family, which gives you access to extra episodes called Gays Do the D, or GDTD, Raw and Uncut.
Raw and uncut.
And our next episode, it always makes me laugh, and our next episode will be coming out just this week.
So exciting.
Very exciting. I actually love recording those.
Yeah, it's very loose. It's very loose.
I've been told that many times. And now it really applies.
Yeah, it's very loose and somewhat enjoyable.
Somewhat enjoyable.
If we kept it tighter, it'd probably be even more enjoyable.
I've been told that many times before as well.
We just don't keep it tight in the raw and uncut
No,
episodes.
we sure don't. We sure don't. And exciting news, we just finally figured out how to use the RSS feed button. So now you can listen, if you are a Patreon member, on your podcast platform.
Yeah, we should thank Rosaline for pointing that out to us.
I swear to you, it wasn't there before, because we've had this mentioned before, and I looked into
really?
it, and there wasn't one.
Oh.
And so I don't know if they changed the rules or whatever it is, or if I just opened my eyes and found it. That's probably more like it. So thank you, Rosaline.
Yes, you can find her at Pin to My Lou on Instagram.
Indeed you can. Well, let's keep those shout-outs rolling in, Adam. We have got some shout-outs to Disney specifically with some anniversaries.
Happy anniversary, Disney things. I have no idea what's coming.
The no anniversary slump is behind us.
Oh,
We're
really?
now in full anniversary mode.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. So let's start with the youngest, as per usual, turning 14 years old, a movie I have not seen. It was released on February 7th, 2006. It is a sequel, Bambi 2. I need to watch this, I think. Do you know who plays Bambi's dad in Bambi 2?
Who?
Patrick Stewart.
Oh.
Do you know who plays Bambi?
Who?
Alexander Gould, who played Shane Botwin in Weeds.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was super young at that point.
Oh, I loved Shane.
I know.
Weeds.
He's very handsome now.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, as he was growing up in the show, I'm like, wow, he's turning out good.
He went through a very awkward stage, but now he's come out the other side. And I'm into it.
Do you know who I really loved on Weeds?
Of course I do.
Silas.
Mary Louise Parker.
No, Silas. Was that his name, Silas, the older brother?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
He played Jesus in Godspell on.
He did.
Was it on Broadway? Or
I think it was
just
on Broadway.
Off-Broadway?
No, I
Okay.
think it was on Broadway, yeah.
He didn't sound the greatest in it, but he looked the greatest in it.
He looked fantastic, and that's all I need from my Jesus.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy. He's a handsome guy. So Bambi 2, 14 years old.
Okay.
We need to add that to our Disney sequels that were not in the theaters list.
Yeah, I that segment needs to happen because there's so many we need to watch.
So many. Moving on, turning 19 years old. This is not a movie. It's an opening for Disney on February 8th, 2001. What opened up, Adam?
Is it California Adventure?
It is Disney's California Adventure.
I love California Adventure.
Same here. This time last year, when we were announcing its 18th birthday, I had never been there.
And now you have.
And now I'm a pro, if you will.
Yeah, you know everything there is to know about California Adventure.
Not anymore, because they're changing it up. They're changing it all up.
Yeah.
So we have to go again.
Oh, I'm all for another trip. Anytime I can get out to Disneyland, I'm there.
All right, let's do it.
Great.
Bye. And we're back. Moving on, turning 67 years old, released on February 5th, 1953, Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
We don't talk about that movie very often. We haven't done a take two of it yet.
Yeah, there's some issues with that film.
There are some issues. I think that's why we should do a take two about it.
Oh, yeah. We can address the issues.
Time to have some discussions here on Gays Do the D.
Yeah, why not talk about it?
Some discussions.
It's a beloved film.
It is a beloved film with some issues behind it.
It is, and about to be a live-action version made by Disney.
Yet again, I feel like there's 80,000 live-action versions of Peter Pan.
So many Peters out there. So many Peters.
And we're moving on. Turning 80 years old, released on February 7th, 1940, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. We were just talking about this on last week's episode.
I love Pinocchio.
It is so good. The artistry of the animation in that film is unparalleled, in my opinion.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. And I love the ride.
Yeah, the ride is a trip.
Do you get scared when Monstro appears in the ride?
I do not.
I get scared.
You do?
I get scared by that giant cardboard whale coming over the giant cardboard waves.
It's super impressive, though. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I love that ride.
It's a beautiful ride and a beautiful movie.
That's so well said, Patrick.
Thank you so much. I use the word beautiful twice in one sentence, and I get a lot of credit for it. So happy anniversaries, Bambi 2, Disney's California Adventure, Peter Pan, and Pinocchio. Pinocchio!
Was that Jiminy Cricket?
It was.
Okay. Well, we have some listener feedback we need to share, Patrick. Our friend and Tweedledee Andy, who you can find on Instagram at AndyJHeath73.
Speaking of the UK.
Speaking of the UK, has sent us an audio message.
Of course he did.
So you know it's going to be a good day because we're going to hear that beautiful accent.
Andy loves to hear himself talk on the podcast. He loves his own voice.
We love his own voice.
I do like his voice.
On last week's episode, in the news segment, we had talked about how Disney Plus is coming to the UK finally in March.
Finally.
And Andy pointed out that they actually already have a Disney streaming service over there. And he sent in this message.
Hi, Patrick and Adam. Just wanted to say a quick hello from over here. Just to let you know, we have a Disney streaming service, and we've had it for a couple of years now, called Disney Life. So that's just going to switch over to Disney Plus. But we had all the back catalogue of films on that and all the series of like Tailspin and DuckTales and Rescue Rangers and all those things. The only thing we haven't had is so much behind the scenes stuff. So I think it's the Imagineering series. I'm really looking forward to that on Disney Plus. And anything that's to do with the parks or to do with the production side of it, I'm thrilled to be able to watch all that. Anyway, that's it. Just want to say hi. So you can hear my English accent. By the way, I can take the mickey out of my American accents too, because oh my gosh, like I just adore the American accent. It's so adorable. And I will never do that again. Take care, bye.
Offensive, Andy. Offensive. No, I think you're making up for when I do my terrible Cockney accent.
Yeah.
So I guess well played, Andy.
Yeah. And then he actually sent in a video tutorial kind of walking through Disney Life.
I didn't see that video, Adam. Keeping the videos to yourself, I see. Okay. All right.
And it's very similar to what Disney Plus is.
Interesting.
But he's right. Disney Plus has more original programming, content, what have you.
So Disney Life was more of a catalog of back stuff, whereas Disney Plus is now that plus. Oh, look at that, Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh.
I discovered it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. So we've been without, and they've been blessed with a streaming service for years and years.
Once again, the UK besting the United States. These are just facts. Moving on, Adam, with the listener feedback. Of course, last week we did a Take 2 episode of The Sword in the Stone, and we had quite a few Tweedledees writing into us about that movie.
Love it.
So our friend Tony, who is on Instagram, Sofdog with 2 G's, writes in and says, I watched The Sword in the Stone for the first time when Disney Plus went live. It was weird AF. Not at all the story I expected. Interesting.
Yeah, I want to know what was he expecting?
Probably more of an adventurer's story.
Sure.
A la The Black Cauldron.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, this is not that movie, Tony.
It is not that movie.
So move on, Tony.
Kevin, who you can find on Instagram at Mr. Kevy Kevs, also writes in saying, we are very flip-flopped on opinions when it comes to Sword in the Stone and Tim Burton's Dumbo.
Uh-oh.
I think that needs a second take. I love how Disney provided space for a little girl to use her brain instead of her looks or charm to solve problems. The animation, especially during the fireman scene, is absolutely stunning.
Okay, listen, Mr. Kevy Kevs, listen up.
Uh-oh, Patrick's about to pop off.
I don't disagree with you in the content that you're talking about right now. Yes, absolutely. We need to have more women shown as brainiacs and or people who don't have to use their looks to get through a movie, and the animation was delightful, but the direction was a dumpster fire.
The direction and the script was kind of
and
terrible.
That is the movie. Like, if you have a poor director and a poor script, there's no movie there.
Again, just our opinion.
That's just our opinion. That is true.
But maybe we should revisit it, like in a decade, Patrick, if we're still doing this? What's the statute of limitations on a take 2? When does it actually become a take 2? How many years need to pass?
I'm going to need more than 10 years to wash that movie out of my system.
Recovery,
yeah. Yep, absolutely.
The trauma Patrick has experienced.
Moving on, we have Derek, who's on Instagram at Boy Who Has Everything. Never not going to sing it. Never. He says, I grew up loving this film. Any movie involving magic and turning into animals was my jam.
That's like you. You love it.
That's absolutely. That's like the boiled down version of why I love that movie. I love it. I agree with you, Derek. You do have everything and all the right opinions.
And last but not least, we have Rodri writing in. You can find Rodri on Instagram at Rod Meets World. Rodri says, I have no idea if we will get this live action movie, referring to The Sword in the Stone again, but I agree. I love Madame Mim. She needs her own Maleficent type movie.
I'd be down with that.
I mean, that would be a mess. How? What?
Yeah.
How?
You'd have to really tease out a full different story that has nothing to do with the Sword in the Stone almost.
That's like saying I want a Will and Grace type show, but with only Jack and Karen.
I mean, I'm down with that as well.
I don't know. I think it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of luck, Patrick. It's a lot of luck.
Fair.
It's a lot going on. Well, thank you everyone for your feedback regarding our take 2 of The Sword in the Stone.
Thanks, Tweedledees. Ending on Rodri was a good segue, Adam.
Was it?
Because Rodri has a very big celebration that we are going to help him with.
Oh.
He has just hit 5,000 followers on Instagram.
He's arrived. He's finally made it.
He's finally arrived.
Yeah.
Listen, Rodri, I have 890 followers.
Oh my gosh.
So watch your back.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you. It'll take me 10 to 11 years to get there.
You've already got a foot cream sponsorship. That's pretty cool.
What?
I don't know. I just... you're sponsoring something. Foot cream.
Oh, fair.
And what?
Why foot cream?
It's the first place my brain went.
Because of Run Disney, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
There's the tie-in.
Some CBD oil, maybe.
I just had some CBD this morning.
I just ordered some CBD oil.
Interesting. I tried some earlier this year, and I felt nothing.
Rodri, this conversation's just for you.
And so now we have a new brand that I'm trying.
Okay.
Do I seem more calm and delightful?
No.
Another fail.
But you never do seem calm or delightful.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes calm. Never delightful.
Well, to celebrate Rodri hitting 5,000 followers, we're partnering with him to have a giveaway.
Yes.
And we are giving away a Funko Pop Disney Series 4 Evil Queen Rebecca
Yes, Queen Rebecca.
vinyl figure.
It is delightful. I want it.
I mean, if you're going to get any Funko Pop,
Yeah.
maybe start with the Orig, right? Like, this is the Funko Pop to pop all Funko Pops.
Yeah, you've been popped. So how can someone receive Queen Rebecca? Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm asking you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can follow Rodri on Instagram at Rod Meets World. I'm going to take that back. You can't just, it's not a suggestion. Follow Rodri. You have to.
Yeah, you should be doing that
in order
anyways.
to win, yes.
Yeah.
And you need to follow us on Instagram at GDTD Podcast.
Also, you should already be doing that. If not, what are you doing? What's happening?
What are you doing with your life? Under the post featuring the image of the Evil Queen Funko Pop vinyl figure, tag 3 of your Disney-loving friends in one comment and you're entered to win. To receive an extra entry, repost our post or add it to your stories and tag us at GDTD Podcast. We will be accepting entries until 6 o'clock p.m. on Friday, February 7th. The winner will be contacted via DM shortly after that and announced on our Monday, February 10th episode.
I love it. So just to quickly recap, you have to be following both of us. You can't just follow one of us.
That's right.
All right. I like it.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Rodri. That is an astounding feat.
It is.
Maybe someday we'll get there.
Nah.
Probably not.
We've peaked. We're exactly where we need to be.
That's fair.
Any more would just be what?
Overkill.
Yes.
Or over-indexing, I suppose.
I have 2 announcements to make.
Tell me them both at exactly the same time.
My heartburn went away and we're going into the news now.
That wasn't at the same time. Those are 2 separate moments, but I forgive you.
How would we do it at the same time? I'm not like a ventriloquist.
You're an actor.
Like...
Figure it out, Adam. Man
actor
alive.
in quotes. Let's put that actor in quotes.
Walt Disney World's golf program, the Players Club, is introducing an expanded membership program with levels catering to experienced golfers and beginners. Adam, out of the corner of my eye, I can tell you had a giggle for the Players Club.
I have something to say about the Players Club. How do I join?
Oh.
And does it have to be about golf?
We'll listen to the full story, and I'll tell you how you can join.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay. I'm here for the golf fashions, though.
Okay.
Please continue.
You look good in an Argyle pant.
Yeah.
So the silver membership will cost $29 per month or a prepaid $319 for the year, which saves you a little bit of money. This tier is suited for those who are green. See what I did there? Green.
Flush with cash.
Yeah, that's right.
Or new.
That's one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one.
Not so flush, because it's the lowest tier.
It's the lowest tier, and it means that you're new to golfing.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that joke really fell flat for you, didn't it?
It did.
Okay, and also you're on the green in golf.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Oh
Yep.
boy. So this tier is the best, as I said, for beginners or for those who are occasional golfers. Members at this level will have access to book reservations up to 4 days in advance and will have access to the practice facilities. They will also get one large basket of range balls per day.
Ooh.
There it is. And, oh dear. We're not moving on from there, are we? Ever again. That's the end of the story, isn't it?
This is a fascinating news segment.
They will also get complimentary instructional clinics, and they'll receive discounts on food and beverages, merch, and additional balls. Pause for laughter.
No.
There it is. The gold membership will cost $39 per month or a prepaid $429 for the year. This membership will include all the benefits of the silver membership, and you'll have access to walk-up availability options within 15 to 45 minutes of open tee times. They will also have bonus morning access times with special rates, one additional large basket of range balls per day.
Large basket.
Okay. 2 complimentary clinic guest passes every month and a $5 discount on all Players Club events. Lastly, the Platinum membership will cost $69 per month or a prepaid $759 for the year. This membership is catered to experienced and frequent golfers. You will receive all the benefits of the Gold membership and unlimited buckets of range balls.
Okay. Unlimited balls.
I can't with you.
Yeah.
2 additional complimentary clinic guest passes every month, 3 guest rounds per month at their same rate, and complimentary play at Disney's Oak Trail Golf Course after 12 p.m. daily. To learn more or to purchase a membership, visit golfwdw.com/playersclub. Question for you, Adam.
Yes.
Other than the word balls, did you
Yes.
understand any words in that story?
I followed it. It does not apply to my life in any way.
I've been golfing once, and I am very bad at it.
I've been golfing. Well, does mini golf count? No, probably
Not as much. Not as much.
I've been golfing a couple of times, and I did not enjoy the experience.
Oh, you didn't enjoy it at all?
No, golf culture is weird to me. I don't know. Like I like the idea of like, let's hop in this golf cart and have some cocktails.
Okay.
But I could just do that anywhere. Like, I don't need to be golfing while I'm doing it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, golfing, not for me.
All right. Well, let's hop in this golf cart in my basement and just have some drinks.
Why do you have a golf cart in your basement?
Because I love balls.
What? That's obvious.
Okay.
You're hosting a gay podcast.
Thank
That's
you.
obvious.
Okay.
Well, Patrick, we've reached the 8th year of the 2020 awards season, and Disney has picked up a couple of additional notable recognitions.
I'm piecing that sentence together in my head right now,
Yeah.
and it is funny.
Did not land with you. The 47th Annual Annie Awards were held on Saturday, January 25th at UCLA's Royce Hall. Let's start with the bad news.
Uh-oh.
The big winner of the night was Netflix's Klaus, which beat out Walt Disney Animation Studios' Frozen 2 and Pixar Animation Studios' Toy Story 4 for Best Feature.
Rude.
That's rude. Have you watched Klaus?
I have not.
Okay, I'm not really in the mood anymore because Christmas was a couple months back.
It's almost time for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party again.
Those start up pretty soon. March sometime. But Disney did not walk away empty-handed. Marvel's Avengers Endgame was honored for Best Character Animation Live Action. Walt Disney Animation Studios won Best FX Feature Production for Frozen 2. And Josh Gad won Best Voice Acting Feature Production for his portrayal of Olaf in Frozen 2.
Well deserved.
That's so well deserved. He was funny AF in that movie. And I thought he had reached peak Olaf in the first film. I'm like, how can he possibly top what he did in the first film, or will it be annoying in the second film? And he managed to top it, and it was not annoying at all.
I have to say, didn't love Olaf in the first film, loved him in the second film.
Interesting.
Enough to have a life-size Olaf plush in my basement now.
He's staring at me right now. It's very disconcerting.
I like it.
Does he watch?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yep. H. John Benjamin picked up the TV media version of the same award that Josh Gad won for his portrayal of Bob in Bob's Burgers. That's right. Disney owns Bob's Burgers. Let's not forget it.
Oh, that's such a weird...
It's weird.
It's such a weird thing.
It's weird.
But also a well-deserved award.
Yes. And Disney TV Animation / Disney Channel's Disney Mickey Mouse won for Best TV Media Children, and Alonso Ramirez Ramos was recognized for directing TV / media for Disney Mickey Mouse.
Love it.
Those shorts, Patrick, are so cute.
I love them. I put that channel on in my hotel room at Disney because I love going to sleep to the Mickey Mouse shorts.
Absolutely. I'm the same. Moving on to the 62nd Grammy Awards, which were held on Sunday, January 26th at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Which, do Grammys, are they even relevant anymore? I don't know.
I haven't watched the Grammys in probably 10 or 15 years.
Billie Eilish won, like, best.
I don't know. I feel like you just made that up. If I'm being honest with
It's
you.
Eilish, but I just wanted to
I still don't know that name.
I'm old.
Well, good job, Billy, and your Eilishes.
Should have been Lizzo. Can we all agree on that? Should have been.
Correct.
Lizzo.
Was she nominated for the same category?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I see you.
Anyway, at the Grammys, John Williams won Best Instrumental Composition for his Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Symphonic Suite.
Ooh.
Next up, the 2020 Costume Designers Guild Awards were held Tuesday, January 28th at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California.
Sounds swanky.
Disney was nominated 5 times for excellence in sci-fi fantasy film. So 5 times in one category.
Whoa.
For Aladdin, Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. They were all nominated in the same category. Patrick, which one do you think won that category?
I actually don't know the answer. My guess would be Maleficent.
You're right.
Oh.
Ellen Mirojnick won for Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Those were some opulent costumes.
Opulence. And on Wednesday, January 29th, the Visual Effects Society, or VES, held its 18th annual VES Awards, recognizing and honoring the most outstanding visual effects work for the year. And it also honors the artists who created them. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance was recognized with the VES Award for Outstanding Visual Effects in a Special Venue Project. And as we know, Patrick, since opening in May, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has received several industry nods, including being named Time Magazine's World's Greatest Places 2019.
Which is really funny to me.
But
the greatest place in the world is...
It's one of them.
Galaxy's Edge.
It's one of them, or several.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's an incredible land, that's for sure.
Yeah. The major remaining awards shows are the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards, which were held on Sunday, February 2nd, and the Academy Awards, which will be held on Sunday, February 9th. We'll have a complete recap of Disney's winners in our upcoming episodes.
You just cursed it.
Why?
Well, now they're not going to win because you said we're going to announce all the winners from Disney.
Oh.
Although Disney owns every studio now, so they're going to win something.
Yeah, Fox. They got it in the bag.
Adam, I've got some news about Babes.
Hey, babe, give me some news about Babs.
Babs. Babe, I got some news for you.
Give me that news.
So 2 new babies have been born this year at Disney's Animal Kingdom already.
Oh, they're so cute, the little babies.
Are adorable. The first is an Angolan black and white colobus monkey born on January 15th at the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. The new monkey is named Douglas. How adorable is that? And he can be spotted in the trees along the trail with his mommy, Zara. The other babe is Animal Kingdom's first Hartman's Mountain zebra to be born on property. He was born on January 21st under the care of the West Savannah team. He was 65 pounds at birth and is currently still under the care of the Savannah team with his mommy, Prima. The Hartman's Mountain zebra are a vulnerable species, so they will be closely watched and cared for until the as of yet unnamed fowl is ready to meet the rest of the herd and join them on the savannah. So congratulations to Zara and Prima on your beautiful new babies, and welcome to the world, baby zebra, unnamed. And Douglas the monkey.
Fowl? Is that what they're called? Baby zebras are called fowl?
Was I saying fowl?
You said fowl, which is bird, right? But foal is a baby horse.
Oh, yeah.
Type
Yeah,
thing.
you're totally right. I think I was looking at you out of the corner of my eye and I said the word fowl.
Ouchie. Ouchie. It's been a rough couple of weeks for the Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi series starring Ewan McGregor, Patrick.
I know. Do we need a minute? Do we need to do a shot of whiskey
we need
or something?
A sec to process the drama. And I'm not just talking about the fact that the series may include Jar Jar Binks, as we mentioned a couple episodes back.
Okay.
Rumors that the series was struggling to reach production have proved to be true. According to a January 24th, 2020 Variety article, the series has been temporarily put on hold to overhaul the scripts originally written by Hassan Amini, pushing back production date from August 2020 to January 2021. But hot actor and motorcycle enthusiast Ewan McGregor doesn't seem to be worried.
Those are two things that are accurate.
He is quoted as saying, "I think the scripts are great. They're in really good shape. They wanted them to be better. I think we are keeping our same air date. All good."
Okay, it seems like someone's
you think he's
disillusioned, maybe.
He's polishing that turd?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Oh, dear.
According to Variety, the hunt for a new series writer is on. Quote, Disney is already exploring several possibilities, but nothing official has taken place as of yet. One obvious solution would be to bring in someone from The Mandalorian, aside from Deborah Chow, who directed multiple episodes of The Mandalorian and will direct all of the Kenobi series. Two potential solutions could be Dave Filoni and Christopher Yost. Both wrote episodes of The Mandalorian, with Filoni also directing 2 of them, end quote.
Interesting.
That Dave Filoni's a talented guy. He could handle it. I mean, there's a lot on his plate right now, but he could do it.
It's true.
No word yet on a release date for the Kenobi series, but it seems the series will hit Disney Plus sometime in mid to late 2021.
That's pretty far away.
It is... and this has to be so good. It's a beloved character.
Yeah.
It's Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
So there's a lot there. There's a lot there that has to go right in order for me and the rest of the Star Wars loving community to truly embrace this series.
Yeah, this is a case of I respect the fact that they're going to put the brakes on this because they want to get it absolutely correct.
Slow it down, Lucasfilm. Slow it down. You've been trying to do too much.
Do you think there's going to be a creature in this TV show that they forgot to make plush toys for as well?
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe that's why they're putting the brakes on it, so they can make the plush toys ahead of time?
Probably.
That's what it is.
Probably.
It's Baby Jar Jar.
Stop it.
This year marks the 5th anniversary of the Run Disney Virtual Series. This year's virtual series will run June 1st through August 31st and will feature medals celebrating the fan-favorite Disney Parks attractions as voted on by guests attending the 2019 D23 Expo.
Disney is really leaning into attraction-themed things this year.
They are, absolutely, and it's smart because they are huge hits with the fans.
So smart.
So smart. Images of the medals have not yet been released, but artwork recently popped up on the Run Disney blog, revealing the themes and attractions for each of the runs. The June 5K will feature the Mad Tea Party, which is correct. That is the best attraction, not an opinion.
Are you going to do it?
Do what?
The virtual 5K for the Mad Tea Party.
You asked me that in such a weird inflection that it threw me a little bit.
How about this? Are you going to do it?
Let's wait until the end of this segment to talk about that.
Okay.
I have some opinions.
Okay. Wow.
The artwork shows the Mad Hatter's hat surrounded by the pattern of the teacups. The July 5K will feature Spaceship Earth. The artwork shows the full Spaceship Earth attraction building with a fun retro black and gray pattern behind it with stars. And the August 5K will feature the Haunted Mansion. The artwork for this is a little confusing. The background is, of course, the famous Haunted Mansion wallpaper print that you see everywhere in purple, but the forefront design is maybe a key or a railing.
Okay.
We don't really know what the design of it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And then last but not least, if you register for the Run Disney Virtual Challenge, you will get all 3 medals plus a completer medal, which will feature a design paying homage to the old Disney Parks ticket books. And the artwork is really cute, but again, we have no idea what the medals are actually going to look like at this point. And registration for the 2020 Run Disney Virtual Series should open sometime this March. For more info and to register, visit rundisney.com.
Is now the appropriate time to ask you,
finally,
are you going to do it?
I think that I might actually this year. I've done one Run Disney Virtual Series before, and that was when they had the Incredibles medals. I'm torn about whether virtual runs are for me because I do 5Ks anyways while I'm training for the half marathons.
Sure.
So it's like, do I need a medal for that? But I was talking to our delightful friends, the Canadians, and they said that they use these as motivation to maybe do a personal record with the 5K.
Oh, yeah.
Or do one in a different climate, or just make it an occasion, and then you'd get the medal for that.
Interesting.
Which makes a lot of sense. It's a totally positive way. It's a totally Canadian way to think about it. So I think I'm going to do it. Plus the medals I think are going to be pretty outstanding.
That's what I was going to say. Do it for the medal.
Yeah.
You love Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Do it for that medal.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, if this is inspiration for anybody to start their running journey, then absolutely have at it. I'm all for it.
Not for me. Not.
You can just do it and get the medals if you want them.
Yeah.
I don't suggest that, though.
Is there an option to be chased while you're running? Because that would do it. Like, what if someone was like stalking you and chasing you?
We should offer that as like a bonus. Patrick will chase you.
That would get anybody running.
That will get anyone will run away.
Going to tear away.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Patrick.
You know what we haven't done in a while?
What's that?
We haven't talked on the DL for a little bit.
On the DL.
You know what that means?
On the down low.
Nope.
Oh.
Not on our podcast.
Oh.
It means Disney Legends.
On the Disney Legends list. You whisper the last part.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because it's not a part of the title of this segment.
So it's DLL?
Yes.
On the Disney
But
Legends
the last
list.
L is silent.
Got it.
On the DL. And then...
And invisible when we write it, too.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, got it. You have to hold it up to a flame to see the last L.
It's very much like National Treasure.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah, it's like a secret map.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
We are way off track.
I think we're right on track.
Okay, great.
We're right where we need to be, talking about a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Nope, not at all. Not at all. I have to tell you, when I prepare for episodes, on the DL episodes are quickly becoming my favorite ones to prep for.
Why is that?
I think because there's just so much rich history behind these Disney legends.
Yes, true. I mean, it wouldn't be legendary.
Yeah, exactly.
If they didn't have some serious street cred behind them, right?
Yeah, it's just fun to go down memory lane. And I think both of us enjoy history, and we're both sort of nerds who like to research.
I love history. Patrick, we can't know where we're going unless we know where we've already been, honey.
Something is... I think the CBD oil is working on you.
No, I just think I love history so much. I'm up for it. I'm up for
great.
history.
Well, great. Let's have a whole segment about it today.
Let's talk about Disney Legends. And we've already mentioned it.
Yes.
But it's Black History Month.
It is.
So all of the legends we're talking about today are African American.
Absolutely.
And there's only 6 of them.
Absolutely.
Listen, that's so few.
That is not enough.
That's not enough Disney legends of African American descent.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are, I believe, 289 Disney legends. 6 of which are African American.
On the whole, it's not a very diverse group. When you look at like Asian Americans,
that's a fact.
Everything, there's just not enough diversity there.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say up front that Disney, amongst all of the companies back then, were not hiring a lot of diverse talent.
They were not.
And so there weren't a lot of diverse legends to choose from.
Yeah.
Nowadays things are changing.
Yeah.
It's getting a little better. But still, 6 is not a lot.
It's not a lot.
But we are going to recognize all 6 legends, all of which are incredible, talented, amazing individuals who deserve to be at the forefront.
And close friends of ours.
And close friends. I wish, man alive. That would, my life would be real. I would have joy finally in my life.
You'd finally get there.
I'd finally have a smile. So what do you say we jump right in? Who's going first, you or me?
You go first.
I go first.
Yeah, pick a legend and tell me all about them.
Well, I'm going to start out with maybe my favorite legend of these 6 fine individuals, Floyd Norman.
He's my favorite too.
He's amazing. When I was researching him, I knew about Floyd Norman, but I didn't know all the things about Floyd Norman. And this is just a snippet of the many accomplishments of this wonderfully talented man.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. So he was inducted in 2007 under the category of animator. So as I said, Floyd's story is incredibly fascinating, so much so that there's actually a documentary that was made about him called Floyd Norman, An Animated Life. It was on Netflix for a while, but I don't believe it's on there anymore, and it's not on Disney Plus, probably for good reason. They didn't necessarily treat him the best toward the end.
Mm-hmm.
But you can purchase it on iTunes. Have you seen the documentary?
I have.
It's really good.
It is, and it gives you a great look at Floyd's personality, which he has in buckets.
Yeah, absolutely. He is known for being just such an affable, wonderful man.
Mm-hmm.
So buckle up, folks, because here's the story of Floyd Norman. He was born in 1935 in California. He was interested in animation at a very early age, specifically in Disney cartoons. In fact, he is quoted as saying, "I first recognized Walt Disney's signature before I could read." Which I feel like, if I'm thinking about it, that might be accurate for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a very recognizable D.
Iconic. A recognizable D.
Listen, you know what I'm saying. When he was around 18 years old, he hitched a ride to the Disney studios and asked about a job. They did turn him down and told him to go to art school. You know, that makes sense. And get some experience. He ended up attending the Art Center School in Pasadena, California. He also ended up getting work with Bill Waughan on the animated comic book series Archie. In 1957, he went back to Disney and was hired, making him the first African-American artist to be hired on at Disney. An amazing accomplishment.
What a legacy.
What a legacy. When he was hired on, he worked as an in-betweener on Sleeping Beauty. He was then drafted into the Korean War. When he returned home safely, his job was waiting for him at Disney, where he then worked on 101 Dalmatians, because everybody did, as we learned in the last episode.
Every single person you may meet in your life worked on 101 Dalmatians.
And he worked on The Sword and the Stone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he sure did. Walt Disney himself got his hands on some of Floyd's inter-office sketches that he was known for doing to entertain his co-workers, and he was reassigned to the story department, where he worked on the story for The Jungle Book alongside Larry Clemens. In 1966, after Walt Disney's death, Floyd left the studio and co-founded Vignette Films Incorporated with his business partner Leo Sullivan. The two of them worked together to produce 6 animated films, and they were one of the first to produce films on the subject of Black history. They also worked on animated segments for Sesame Street and the original Hey, 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 It's Fat Albert TV special, which aired in 1969 on NBC.
Hey, hey, hey.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, sadly. It should also be noted that Floyd and Leo created the website AfroKids.com, which is designed to present learning opportunities to children using African American and multicultural characters and stories. In 1970, Floyd was brought back to Disney to work on Robin Hood. During this time, he was also working for Hanna-Barbera Productions and storyboarded several shows, including The Flintstones, The Smurfs, and Scooby-Doo. Just some small cartoons you may have heard of.
Iconic! Have I said that enough this episode?
No,
Iconic.
You're going to say it a lot. In the 80s, he worked as a writer for Disney in the comic strip department, and he was the scripter for the Mickey Mouse comic strip before it was discontinued. In the 90s and in the aughts, are we saying the aughts?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. He worked as a story artist on Mulan, Dinosaur, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame for the Walt Disney Animation Studios, and Toy Story 2 and Monsters, Inc. for Pixar. In 2016, the list just keeps going on, my friends.
Yes.
He was appointed to the Education and Outreach Committee of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and in 2017, he did illustrations for the book A Kiss Goodnight, published by Disney Editions. He is currently a columnist for the Jim Hill Media website and for his website, AfroKids.com. His awards and honors are plentiful, as you would imagine. A few notable ones are he was inducted into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame in 1979. He was the recipient of the Winsor McKay Award at the 2002 Annie Awards for recognition of lifetime or career contributions to the art of animation. And of course, he was named a Disney Legend in 2007. As I said before, this is a small section of the work that he has contributed to the world.
Floyd. Floyd.
Good job, Floyd.
Yeah, he's fabulous.
He's fantastic, fantastic. And we fully recommend watching that documentary. It's not only inspiring, but just watching him talk is so like soothing, and you just want him to be your grandpa. You know what I mean? What a great man. What a great man.
Yeah. Plus, he has an extensive hat collection.
He does, yeah.
A lot of hats.
It's true.
All right. Well, moving on. My first Disney legend is one Whoopi Goldberg.
Ooh.
Have you heard of her, Patrick?
Slightly, like just peripherally, I know who she is.
Yeah.
Why don't you enlighten me?
I will. She was inducted in 2017 in the Film and Television Legends Award category. She is currently, obviously, the co-host of ABC's The View. And Patrick, she's an EGOT.
She is.
She has an Emmy, she has a Grammy, she has an Oscar, and she has a Tony.
Is she a double EGOT, or is she...
I think she's just a single EGOT at this point.
Okay, well then...
I think so.
Get back to me when you're a double EGOT.
So she's obviously an award-winning actress, and she's also a big, big producer. She was born in New York City in 1955, and she actually dropped out of high school. Don't do it, kids. Stay in high school. But she eventually moved to LA to pursue theater and improv. And then when she was in LA, that's when she developed her one-woman show called The Spook Show. And that's where it all began for her, The Spook Show.
Okay.
Because director Mike Nichols saw that show, Patrick. And you may know Mike Nichols' name from such films as The Graduate.
What?
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
What?
The Birdcage.
Ooh.
And Mike Nichols said, hey, let's take this show to Broadway.
I'm sure he said it just like that.
Hey, Whoopi, let's take this show to Broadway. And so she did, which would lead to her receiving her first big-time award, a Grammy Award for her album. And that's also when she developed the HBO special Whoopi Goldberg Direct from Broadway. Do you listen to David Tennant's podcast? David Tennant does a podcast with ...
What is a podcast?
Wow. Wow.
I do not.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Okay.
He actually had Whoopi on as a guest, so I highly encourage that everyone check out that episode because she goes into great detail about the Spook Show and how it really kind of shaped her life.
Awesome.
One of the people who saw the Spook Show, and I believed requested a private viewing of it, or maybe Michael Jackson was there too watching it, was Steven Spielberg.
Oh.
And that is when she landed the role in the film The Color Purples.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg saw the Spook Show and was like, hey, I want you in this film.
Can you, I mean, man alive, right place, right time,
yeah,
right talent.
Can you imagine like Steven Spielberg being like, I want a private viewing of your one-woman show.
Right.
And there's like Michael Jackson's in the audience and
Yeah.
like all these talented people.
I can't imagine a stand-up comedy routine going very well with 6 or 7 people in the audience and one of them being Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Knowing that.
Yeah. I think this was even more than a stand-up show. It was like character work. And,
okay.
You know, so it's kind of a little bit more, I would say, weighty.
Sure.
Anyway,
Yes.
she found her way into The Color Purple.
She did.
And anyway, she received an Academy Award nomination for her role in The Color Purple, and she received a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress.
She sure did.
And that led to a slew of movies in the 80s and the 90s. Patrick, I'm going to list them off right now.
Okay.
And you tell me what you have seen and what you haven't seen.
In the moment?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Yes.
Serafina.
Yes.
Soap Dish.
Yes.
How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Yes.
Girl Interrupted.
Yes.
Patrick, you in Danger Girl. She played Oda Mae Brown in Ghost.
Yes.
Obviously.
I've seen that. I saw that this morning, I feel like. I love that movie.
And she won the Academy Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Oda Mae Brown in Ghost.
She was incredible in that movie.
And let's, of course, mention her role as Dolores in Touchstone Pictures, Sister Act, and Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
You use her full name. How very dare you. Dolores Van Cartier.
Dolores Van Cartier. What a star in those movies.
Yeah.
She also starred in 5 seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation.
I totally forgot about that.
There was actually a little bit of a viral moment a couple of weeks ago because Patrick Stewart was a guest on The View. And as I mentioned, Whoopi's a co-host on it. And he asked her to be a guest star on his new series, Picard, on the CBS streaming service.
No way.
And she said yes, and she got a little teary. Like, she really embraces that experience she had on Star Trek The Next Generation. And you can just see that Patrick Stewart and Whoopi really like love each other and are very connected through that.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
Aww.
She also played Queen Constantina in the wonderful world of Disney's Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella with Whitney. Bobby. And most recently, she starred in ABC's miniseries When We Rise. As I said, since 2007, she's been a co-host of ABC's The View, for which she won a Daytime Emmy in 2009. She was the first woman to host the Academy Awards in 1994. She also hosted the 68th, 71st, and 74th telecasts. She has appeared in 9 comic relief television specials with her buddies and fellow Disney legends Billy Crystal and Robin Williams. And, of course, we need to mention her voice work in films like Disney Pixar's Toy Story 3, in which she voiced Stretch, and iconic, I will say it again, Patrick, Shenzi in Disney's 1994 blockbuster animated feature, The Lion King.
Absolutely.
Whoopi directed Whoopi Goldberg Presents Moms Mabley and has executive produced Hollywood Squares and Broadway musicals like Thoroughly Modern Millie, which I just happened to see the original cast of on Broadway. No big deal. Don't worry about it.
I didn't know that she produced that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And she obviously produced Sister Act, the musical, on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
She's an accomplished best-selling author and is recognized for her humanitarian efforts. She received multiple NAACP Image Awards and People's Choice Awards. And you know how I mentioned that I saw Thoroughly Modern Millie on Broadway?
Just casually.
I also saw Whoopi herself on Broadway in 2003. She was in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which she also produced. And I saw her. I saw her on Broadway.
Wow.
And I think that was her biggest accomplishment, was having me see her on Broadway.
That feels right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're welcome, Whoopi. I'm proud to have been a part of your legacy.
You are. You're a part of her Disney legend legacy.
Yes.
Good for you.
Whoopi, we love you.
What a presence this woman is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When she's on screen, you kind of can't help but only look at her.
Yeah.
She has a way of pulling focus in all the right ways.
That's true.
A well-deserved place in the Disney Legend Hall of Fame.
That is also true, Patrick.
Well, Adam, for this next Disney legend, I need you to look under your seat because you get a legend, and you get a legend, and you get a legend.
Who could you possibly be talking about? Who is it?
The one and only Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah
Gail Winfrey.
Gail?
Mm-hmm.
Like Gail King Gail.
Yeah, it's Kismet, apparently.
Wow.
I never really thought about that until just now.
Weird.
Okay.
Duh.
Yes, of course, I'm talking about Oprah Winfrey. Oprah was inducted into the Disney Legend Hall of Fame in 2017 under the categories of film and television, just like Whoopi. So, Opes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are so close.
We're
fact
tight.
that you can call her Opes.
Don't we all feel close enough to Oprah to call her Opes?
I feel like she would so embrace being called Opes.
I think so as well. I'm going to text her and find out if it's okay. Opes was born in 1954 in Mississippi. She had a very rocky start to her life, which I assume most of our listeners know at least a little about, so I will not get into too much detail. Look her up. There's information on Oprah anywhere you go. She was born into poverty and was raised by her single teenage mother. At age 14, she gave birth to her son, who was born prematurely and died in infancy. She was later sent to Tennessee to live with her father, Vernon Winfrey. She attended East Nashville High School, where she became an honors student and was voted most popular girl, of course. While she was in high school, she landed a job in radio, where she worked through college. At age 17, she won the Miss Black Tennessee beauty pageant. She also won an oratory contest, which got her a full scholarship to Tennessee State University, where she studied communication. After college, she became the youngest and the first black female news anchor at Nashville's WLAC-TV. In 1983, she moved to Chicago to host the low-rated morning talk show AM Chicago. Within months, the show went from last place in the ratings to the highest-rated talk show in Chicago. By 1986, the show was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show and was broadcast nationally and would run until 2011. In 1985, she earned an Academy Award nomination and Golden Globe nomination for her portrayal of Sophia in The Color Purple alongside Whoopi.
How about that?
How about that? In 1998, she starred in Beloved for Disney's Touchstone Pictures, which she also produced. She also voiced Eudora in Disney's Princess and the Frog in 2009, and she played Mrs. Witch in 2018's A Wrinkle in Time.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see A Wrinkle in Time or Princess and the Frog?
How dare you? Of course I've seen The Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
I have not seen A Wrinkle in Time.
I mean, it's
I
It's a
love
movie.
that book.
Yeah, same.
I didn't hear great things about the movie.
I was in the play A Wrinkle in Time.
Your face is a wrinkle in time.
Wow. Okay, back to Oprah. Here's the thing. The list goes on and on and on
Yes.
with this extraordinary woman. She co-produced the 2005 Broadway production of The Color Purple and the revival in 2016, which earned her a Tony Award for Best Revival of a Musical. She's an active philanthropist. She founded the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, and she is the largest single donor to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture with a $21 million donation. Holy buckets. She was also the very first recipient of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Bob Hope Humanitarian Award, and she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013, which is the nation's highest civilian honor. If I'm being honest, everything I just said is a mere drop in the bucket of Oprah's accomplishments and contributions to the world. Like her or not, she is a very, I think, controversial person where people either really love her or really don't like her, but she has undeniably made the world a better place to live in.
Where do you fall on that? Do you love or do you like or do you kind of not like Oprah?
I absolutely love Oprah.
Yeah, I run hot and cold with Oprah.
You do?
Yeah.
Whether or not I agree with all of her opinions, I think that she has earned a place in the nation and in the world to have opinions. And she's someone that I feel like comes from a place of deeply rooted education and thought. And so I'm always interested in what she has to say.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I sometimes am concerned that she no longer has a sense of what the real world is like because she's so wealthy, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I just remember there was an episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show where like she was talking about how you can save money or something like that. And they went to Walmart and she found out that there were like a 5-pack of bras for like $15 or something. And she like lost her mind over that. Like she couldn't possibly conceive that people would buy a 5-pack of bras in this world.
Well, she's so famous that I fully believe that she simply hasn't been able to go into a store on her own since the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it helps that she came from such a tumultuous childhood and child raising period in her life that I feel like it maybe balances out. But yeah, she has lived the majority of her life in wealth, I guess.
Extreme wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I get there someday.
You will.
Not doing this podcast, but
You don't know.
okay. You're right. You're right.
She started on the radio. Not that we're on the radio, but you know.
What's the radio?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Oprah, you're fabulous.
Fantastic.
I'm moving on to Mr. James Earl Jones.
Ooh.
Mr. James Earl Jones was inducted in 2019 in the Voice Legends Award category, which seems like a misplacement.
Is it just him?
Yeah, I know.
Because his voice is so recognizable?
It's true.
It's funny.
It's true. He has nearly 200 credits in film and television.
Oh, wow.
He was born in Mississippi and he was raised on a farm by his grandparents in Michigan. James Earl developed a stutter at a very young age, and that's fascinating to me that he would have basically a career in voice acting after having a stutter as a kid.
That's irony.
One of his high school teachers actually helped him master his stutter by having him recite poetry before class, and that's kind of how he found his calling in performing.
I feel like I have heard that story before.
In 1958, he served in the Army after graduating from the University of Michigan. James Earl took to Broadway with a small role in Sunrise at Campobello, and that's kind of a giant leap. I don't know what happened between the Army and Broadway, but something happened.
Okay.
Apparently. In 1960, Joseph Papp cast him as a soldier in Henry V, and that led to a long association with New York's Shakespeare in the Park, for which he would go on to play Othello or Otello, depending on how pretentious you want to be, King Lear, and Macbeth.
Can you imagine having seen him play those roles?
No. Can you imagine hearing him speak those roles?
He almost sounds like he's lecturing you when he speaks because his voice is so commanding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You feel it in your butthole when he talks. It's true.
Yeah, Yep.
That was the most poetic way I could say it, Patrick.
Do you have a stutter? Is that why?
James Earl made his cinematic debut in 1964 in Stanley Kubrick's amazing motion picture Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Have you seen that movie, Patrick? It's so funny. I love that movie. And then, oddly, in 1966, after making a major motion picture, he joined the cast of the daytime soap opera The Guiding Light as Dr. Jim Frazier.
That doesn't fit.
That's not the way it's supposed to go.
No.
It's not the direction.
He must just love to work. And he says yes to everything, maybe.
And then he became the first black man to have a continuing role in a daytime soap opera as Dr. Jerry Turner on As the World Turns.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
That's a weird fact.
It's a weird fact. It's also weird that he went from playing a doctor on a soap opera to playing another doctor on a soap opera. That was his niche. A doctor with a very heavy bass voice.
Well, he could say anything to me as a doctor, and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right. That tracks.
Yeah, for sure.
Just pour this coffee in your wound and you're fine. Okay, I got you.
His work in film and television includes Roots, The Next Generation in 1979, Field of Dreams in 1989, which, can we just talk about the Field of Dreams?
Oh, boy.
You will cry.
Oh, boy.
If you have not seen it.
He is teaching a class in acting in that movie.
Oh, he's so good in the Field of Dreams.
So good.
He also starred in the Tom Clancy trilogy with Harrison Ford, The Hunt for Red October in 1990, Patriot Games in 1992, and Clear and Present Danger in 1994.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Wow.
In 1991, he won 2 Emmy Awards for the TV movies Heat Wave and the series Gabriel's Fire. But all of that aside, which are amazing accomplishments,
I mean,
we need to talk about Darth Vader.
We do.
Because in 1977, he provided the vocal track for Darth Vader in Star Wars A New Hope, and the world has never been the same.
Is there more, let's use the word again, iconic vocal performance?
Iconic vocal performance, iconic villain, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He went on to voice Darth Vader in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back in 1980 and Star Wars Return of the Jedi in 1983. And he popped up again in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story in 2016. And he also provided the voice of Darth Vader in the Disney XD TV series Star Wars Rebels from 2014 to 2018.
You know what's fascinating about the character of Darth Vader? That could have very easily not worked when you have someone providing the movement and a different person providing the voice, and they wouldn't have matched up, but they did a really good job of syncing up together.
I mean, let's talk about Darth Vader at all.
Yeah.
As like a character that should not really be as successful as it is.
Yeah, if you really strip it down, it's like, okay, just a cape.
A cape and a black shiny helmet that obstructs his face.
Right, so were that not his voice, I bet it just simply wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, what if he had been like, hey guys, I'm Darth Vader.
Hey, listen,
I'm Darth Vader.
I'm your father and stuff.
James Earl also voiced Mufasa. There's the Whoopi connection again. He voiced Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King, which came out in 1994. And of that performance, he said, quote, doing a voice for animation is acting in its purest form. It's a bit like the ancient Greek form where the actors would wear masks. In our case, the masks are the animator's drawings, and we just simply supply all of the behaviors, emotions, and feelings behind that mask, end quote.
Says the man who has the most successful career being a voice actor.
Yeah.
It's simply that easy.
Yeah. He also voiced Mufasa in The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride in 1998 and The Lion Guard, Return of the Roar in 2015.
He loves to work.
He loves to work, for sure. James Earl was also a segment host for Fantasia 2000 and a narrator for the Disney nature film Earth in 2009.
Oh, yeah.
His voice has been heard in Disney parks around the globe, including recurring vocal performances as the menacing Darth Vader for Star Tours, The Adventures Continue, and as a past celebrity narrator for the candlelight ceremony and processional at Disneyland Park. What a narrator to see.
I mean, I believe.
I'm not even religious. Yeah, that would be like, whatever you say, James Earl.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Totally happened.
In 2019, James Earl reprised his role as the voice of Mufasa in the Walt Disney Studios photorealistic reimagining of The Lion King. So that's just a little bit about my buddy, James Earl
Your
Jones.
pal. He could have easily said no to a lot of those things, like The Lion Guard.
Yeah.
Like, they could have figured out a way to recreate his voice.
Yeah. What could they have?
Well, I mean,
it's so like just it needs to be him.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, he could have easily said pass.
Yeah, for sure.
Figure something else out.
Yeah.
But he must just really either care about the work and the characters that he's created, or like he keeps saying, he just wants to keep working.
That's such a heck of a gig too. You come in, you can be wearing whatever you want. Sweatpants. He probably wears like a belly tee. And has like a Starbucks half frap macchiato Americano sitting next to him, and he can just be himself and enjoy the experience and record his vocal track and then just make a ton of money and leave.
Vocal work is that easy.
It is. That's all it takes.
And you don't have to take it seriously.
That's right. I mean, look at us.
It's true.
We're doing a podcast. This is vocal work. Do we take this seriously? Fart.
Wow.
That's how seriously I take it.
Wow.
It's so weird to be talking about James Earl Jones and then I just said fart.
I feel like there's a Saturday Night Live skit there somewhere where people just make him say the most obscene things that they can make him say.
Yeah.
And it's funny every time because it's James Earl Jones saying ridiculous words like fart.
I'm in for it.
All right.
I love
it is. It's probably already happened and we're just behind the times.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're coming up on our very last Disney Legends to talk about today, Adam.
Yes.
My next Disney legend is somebody who is on my bucket list to see live and in person. I'm talking about Anika Noni Rose.
A&R.
I'm talking about A&R. This woman has one of the most extraordinary voices I can think of to date. She was inducted in 2011 under the category of voice. So Anika was born in Connecticut. She started acting in high school and then attended Florida A&M University, where she got her bachelor's degree in theater and then moved on to study drama at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. She moved to New York City after college with no job, and in only 3 months, she landed her first Broadway role as Rusty in Footloose.
What a... I mean, come on.
I know. Like, she basically...
You talented...
But rightfully earned. I mean, she is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
So she really made a name for herself when she played Emmy Thibodeau in Caroline or Change on Broadway, which earned her the 2004 Lucille Lortel Award for Outstanding Featured Actress and the Tony Award for Best Feature Actress in a Musical.
That is one I regret not seeing when I was out east.
Yeah.
I regret not seeing that show.
You're stupid for not having seen that.
I'm big dumb. I totally agree.
She also played Maggie the Cat in Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof opposite Terrence Howard, Felicia Rashad, and fellow Disney legend James Earl Jones.
That cast.
Can you imagine having seen that?
Sexy cast.
I would have been like, I don't need to watch anything ever again.
They're all Southern and wearing very little clothing. It's so hot.
Oh my gosh. This took a turn. Later, she would play Grace Makutsi in the HBO series #1 Ladies Detective Agency. In 2006, she was nominated for an NAACP Image Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, and a shared Grammy nomination with Jennifer Hudson and Queen Bey for her portrayal of Laurel Robinson in Dreamgirls.
I love Dreamgirls. I love it for its successful moments, and I love it for its flaws.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of flaws.
She was my favorite, I think, of the vocal performances in that movie. I mean, everyone was outstanding, but there's something in her voice that I am incredibly attracted to. So, of course, in 2009, she voiced the lead character, Tiana, in Disney's The Princess and the Frog, making her the very first African-American Disney princess. For her role as Tiana, she was awarded the Black Reel Award for Best Voice Performance, deservedly so, and she was nominated for an Image Award for Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture. A quote from Anika Noni Rose: "Since I was a little kid, I wanted to work for Disney, and I didn't need to be the princess. I would have been a tick or a flea."
Oh, wow.
Agreed. Man alive, can you imagine landing a role in a Disney movie like that?
I can't, but I'd love to be a Disney princess.
You are a Disney princess, Adam.
Thank you so much.
The first gay Disney princess.
I think that goes to Elsa, doesn't it? Or...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't outed her yet.
It's true.
We have.
Yeah.
We've outed her. No, so well done, Anika Noni Rose. I can't wait to see what's next for her because her talent is endless.
What a talent.
Yeah.
Yes. She's fabulous.
Incredible.
All right, Patrick. Well, we've reached our last Disney legend for this episode.
Aww.
And our last Disney legend is Robin Roberts.
She's awesome.
She's got quite a story.
Yes, she does.
She was inducted in 2019 in the Television Legends Award category. She is currently the co-anchor for ABC's Good Morning America, or GMA as they're calling it now.
Oh.
Yeah. Snappy.
We don't have time to say the whole sentence.
That's right.
Okay.
And she's been a co-anchor since 2005. She was raised by formidable parents and trailblazers. Get ready for this. Mm-hmm. Her mother's name was Lucy Marion Tolliver Roberts, and she was the first African-American to lead Mississippi's Board of Education.
Wow.
Her father, Lawrence Roberts, served as a pilot in World War II with the Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American military aviators.
That's bonkers.
So you're already born into this couple that's like fabulous.
Yeah.
And it's like, good luck living up to that, Robin.
Right. How do you rise to their potential?
She did.
She did, indeed.
She did. Robin was an athlete from the start, playing basketball, tennis, and other sports. She attended Southeastern Louisiana University on an athletic scholarship, and she was a star player on the basketball team and graduated cum laude with a degree in communications. While in college, she worked for a local radio station as a sports director, which led to sports reporting and anchor positions at local television stations. She joined ESPN in 1990 as the first female African-American sports journalist for the network. Soon after, she became a regular contributor on GMA, and as I said, joined GMA full-time in 2005. Since Robin joined the show, the program has won 5 Emmys for Outstanding Morning Program and the 2017 People's Choice Award for Favorite Daytime TV Hosting Team. Robin also established her own production company, Rockin' Robin Productions, which, I don't know. Robin, you've done some great things, but Rockin' Robin Productions?
It's cute.
Okay. Okay. Through the production company, she has created programming for ABC. She is also a breast cancer survivor. In 2012, Robin was diagnosed with a rare bone marrow disease. When she revealed her condition to the public, the National Marrow Donor Program saw a 1,800% increase in donors.
What?
That just kind of shows you how beloved she is, that she could influence that many donors to register.
Yeah.
After she revealed her diagnosis.
I mean, it makes sense, but holy buckets.
She chronicled her journey on GMA and earned a Peabody Award for the coverage.
I remember that. That was a really inspiring moment in time, and I'm sure absolutely frightening time for her, but she had the courage to sort of bring light to this condition and a lot of awareness.
Yeah, and so smart to do that, right? Like,
absolutely.
Share your experience and let other people out there who are facing the same experience know that they're not alone, but then also draw attention to the experience so that, you know, all these people would register as bone marrow donors.
Absolutely.
Through Disney's Hyperion Publishing division, she published From the Heart, 7 Rules to Live By in 2007, a compilation of rules and insights to overcome tough obstacles and become successful. A year later, she produced an updated edition, which included her breast cancer journey, From the Heart, 8 Rules to Live By. In 2014, she released her memoir, the New York Times bestseller, Everybody's Got Something. And that's a great title. Everybody's got something.
That's actually a really great title.
It is. Some of her awards and recognitions, just some of them, are the Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism, the Radio Television Digital News Lifetime Achievement Award, the National Association of Broadcasters Distinguished Service Award. She's a member of the Broadcasting Cable Hall of Fame and the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. She's a member of the Women's Institute and Sport and Education Foundation's Hall of Fame. She was voted the most trusted person on television by a Reader's Digest poll in 2013, and she received the 2017 Human Rights Campaign Visibility Award. Because why? Because she's family, Patrick.
Yes, she is.
I went through all of that list of accomplishments, her life story. And now we announce she's family. She's a member of the LGBTQ plus community.
Yes, she is.
She came out publicly in 2013 and has been with her longtime partner, Amber, since 2005. And I'll never forget, she nabbed the exclusive interview with President Barack Obama when he made the announcement that he was shifting his view on gay marriage and was in support of gay marriage.
That's right. That's right. I believe the story goes like days before she had just been diagnosed.
Yes.
Crazy town.
Yes. In fact, you can learn all about that experience on One Day at Disney on Disney Plus.
And I mean diagnosed with cancer, not with being gay.
Yes.
Okay, I
correct.
just want to make that clear.
Correct. Patrick, when were you diagnosed as being gay?
At birth, Adam.
Yeah,
at
you
birth.
came out of the womb and they were like, oh, Lordy.
Yeah, some glitter came out first, and then me.
This year, Robin celebrated her 30th year working for Disney.
That's amazing.
Amazing. What an incredible woman.
The things that she has, I'm sure, had to push through and endure in a field dominated by white men, being black, being a woman, being gay. Holy Toledo. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but like, this is not an easy world, I'm sure, for her and any minority, really.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know that by how she holds herself up and how she presents herself on TV. You just want to be her friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a struggle to live in this world regardless of who you are.
Yeah, of course.
But then when you add on things like being a woman, being black, being gay,
Right.
it just becomes that much more of a struggle, currently anyway,
Right.
to be so successful. And she managed to push through all of that.
Right, and to be seen as someone in authority in the news,
Yeah.
but specifically in sports as well.
Yeah.
Man alive.
And to use what other people would see as like a detriment.
Right.
To her advantage,
Yeah.
and really make it all about being seen as all of those things and still being like the most trusted person, you know, in news or whatever. It's just an incredible accomplishment.
Right. I believe, not every day, but I hope and believe that we're getting to a place where these attributes that make us who we are never detriments.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're only empowerments.
Doesn't that make people more interesting? I mean, come on.
Absolutely, it
It's
does.
so boring to see your experience played over and over again on TV. Don't you want these people that have such a storied background
Yeah.
to be held up and admired and respected and be at like the top of their profession? That's who we want in these positions.
Yeah, somebody rich in character.
Yes. Oh, I'm all fired up, Patrick.
I know, exactly. It's true. Well, it's hard not to with this gang of Disney legends, just incredibly inspiring people.
Yeah.
Only one animator amongst them,
Yeah.
which Disney legends historically have mostly been in the art department. But now we're getting into the realm of people in front of the camera. And boy, oh boy, do they have amazing backgrounds as well. Of course. Of course they do. They're legends for a reason.
Yes. Yes, they are.
And of course, as we mentioned at the top of this segment, though we do always try to do 4 to 6 Disney legends for this segment, there were sadly only 6 African-American Disney legends to choose from out of 289, and that simply needs to change.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that it will as time goes on, but it just goes to show you how far we still have to go.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
Even within Disney itself.
Yep.
So all that being said, what an extraordinary group of Disney legends we just talked about today.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary. We would like to hear from you, our Tweedledees. How have these Disney legends impacted your life? Did you watch them growing up? Are you invested in their stories now? Have you never heard of some of them? Let us know. Although, how have you never heard of any of them?
Oprah who? Who?
It's true. It's true.
I'd like to put another call to action out there, too. You know, this is an ongoing segment that we have.
Yes.
If there's any Disney legends that you know of that you'd like us to cover in an upcoming episode, please let us know.
Absolutely.
There's a long list there, and we have a lot to cover as the years go on. But we'd love to know specifically who you'd like to learn more about.
And who are some legends that you would like to see inducted into the Disney Legends Hall of Fame?
Like me.
Like Adam and or Patrick.
Oh, you tied yourself right to that.
Well, I said and or.
Hitching your wagon to my star?
It could be an or. It could be an or.
You can reach out to us on social media. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast.
And you can always leave us a voice memo or email at info@gaysdothed.com.
Is there a Disney Legends category that's just like by association? So like the fact that I saw Whoopi on Broadway, therefore, can make me a Disney legend?
Yeah, there is.
It's called the Proximity Award.
the Disney Legend Adjacent.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Adam.
I just thought of another way we could become Disney legends.
Tell me.
By just killing this Quick D segment.
Oh, no.
Just by like, you know, knocking it out of the park.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got real serious there. Like I was actually going to murder it.
Well, I thought you were going to be like, let's not do Quick D anymore.
Oh, no.
Why would that make us legends,
Well,
I
I'm
thought?
saying like killing it, like just nailing it or like, you
Crushing
know,
it.
crushing this Quick D segment.
Okay.
And then we're sure to get a call from Bob Iger saying,
Yeah.
I would love for you to be inducted at the next D23.
Well, you've set the bar very high, and you know how I do not perform under pressure.
You don't respond well to pressure.
I don't. I crawl under the table and cry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Yes, let's give it a shot.
Let's do it.
This week we are doing Quick D Classic. That means that Patrick and I will be asking each other a question we have not been privy to prior to recording, and we'll be answering it off the cuff.
Work.
Patrick, would you like me to ask you my question first?
If you must.
I must, because I don't think you have a question yet.
Don't.
That's usually my game.
It's true.
But you've stolen it this week. But I actually have prepared.
Oh.
This week I've done my homework.
Okay.
So in last week's episode, Patrick, I mentioned how Kanye loved Mission Space.
Okay.
Right? And that got me to thinking, I couldn't help but wonder, Patrick.
Okay.
What other celebrities that have absolutely no business being in a Disney park?
Yeah.
What are their favorite attractions? And why are those attractions their favorite? So who is going to a Disney park that has no place being there? You wouldn't want them there. And then what are their favorite attractions and why?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a heavy load for you to carry.
I'm going to leave that where it sits.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is basically asking you who you hate. We're about to learn a lot about Patrick and who he doesn't like as a celebrity.
Why does it have to be who I hate?
Because that's the world we live in now, Patrick.
Okay.
I think it's safe to assume that none of the housewives will be on your list, but who knows?
I love all of them
equally.
I
know you do.
First up, Adam, we have Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin.
Yeah, what is she doing in a Disney park?
What isn't she doing in a Disney park?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what she's doing, though.
What does she love?
Her very favorite ride is the ride that I call not Dumbo. It's the Triceratops spin.
Okay.
In Dinoland, USA.
Okay.
Because she doesn't know that it's not Dumbo.
Okay.
She can't tell the difference because she's like, what is this fantastical beast? A dinosaur? They didn't exist.
That's
this
what I
must
was
be
just
magical.
about to say. Like, does she even believe that dinosaurs were a thing?
No, it's a land of fantasy for her.
It is. It's truly the most magical portion of the park.
Absolutely.
Dinoland, USA.
Absolutely. None of it's real.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah. She loves that ride.
Gross. I'm never going on it again. I've never been on it.
You haven't?
I've never been on Triceratops spin.
I mean, you have because you've been on Dumbo.
Yeah.
It's the same ride, only dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves that ride, and she loves to believe that dinosaurs are not real.
All right, Sarah, get out of that park.
Get out of the park, Sarah.
Yeah.
And then we have a woman who I do not hate, who I love very dearly.
Okay, great.
Elizabeth Warren. Loves Disney.
What a political turn you've taken on this question.
She loves Disney World.
I'm surprised because she does not seem like a person who would embrace a corporate entity as much as
she can't get
Disney.
enough.
Oh, okay.
She can't get enough.
Shocking.
She will not stop eating Mickey pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
She can't get that hot cheese out of her mouth. She loves it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And her favorite ride, Adam.
Yes.
You wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
It's Kali River Rapids.
Oh, actually, I would expect that, Patrick.
She loves a conservation story.
She does.
And she loves to get wet.
I think she embraces the Green New Deal. So I think this kind of ride is right up her alley.
It's right up her alley. After she has a boozy Dole Whip, her favorite thing is to go on that ride. She does not wear a trench coat when she goes on it.
No.
Or a poncho of any kind. She makes fun of people who do that.
Yeah.
She's Elizabeth Warren, damn it.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the time.
She likes to embrace the experience as it's meant to be experienced.
Absolutely.
And not have any kind of artifice
absolutely
involved with it.
She's known to not buckle up on the ride because she's like, no, rules be damned.
Wow. Can I tell you a little side story about Elizabeth Warren?
I wish you would. I knew somehow you were going to take my quick D and make it your own.
I didn't know you were going to bring up Elizabeth Warren.
Why wouldn't I bring up Elizabeth Warren?
That's a good point.
It's quick D.
At the Minnesota State Fair this year, they had those tubes where you could drop off a soybean to indicate who you'd be willing to vote for in the Democratic primary.
Yes.
And I was trying to decide whose tube I wanted to put my soybean or whatever it was, corn seed in.
That age-old question.
And I walked up to Elizabeth Warren's and I was holding the seed above the tube and I was kind of looking around at people. And this woman in the crowd looked at me and just shook her head no. I couldn't choose Elizabeth Warren.
What?
And I just turned to the woman and I'm like, let's be clear. Any one of these tubes. I'll put my seed in any one of these tubes.
And that's not the last time you said that day.
It's not. But, I was just like, come on, anybody's. If I had seeds for every tube, I'd do that too.
Wow. What a delightful story.
Don't judge me at the Minnesota State Fair. You're holding on to 3 corn dogs. Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Who's your last choice, Patrick?
Oh, I have to do 3?
You have to do 3.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I don't know the rules,
Everything
Adam.
that happens in 3s here on the podcast.
Great. Do you know who can't get enough of Disney World, Adam?
Who is it?
James Earl Jones.
Oh.
James Earl Jones loves the teacups.
Yeah. Oh.
His favorite ride.
That's surprising.
Listening to him laugh uncontrollably on the teacups breaks the sound barrier, I think.
Yeah?
People's spines shatter.
Oh, dear.
When you hear that deep laugh
Yeah.
in a high-pitched squeal of joy.
What does that sound like, Patrick?
I can't. No.
Yeah, what? No, I just want to hear what James Earl Jones laughing sounds like. Oh, surprise ending from
He
James
toots
Earl
at
Jones.
the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. He toots at the end of it. Isn't that cute?
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah, he loves the teacups. He also loves Peter Pan's flight.
As he would.
Can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
He does not let anyone ride with him.
No.
It's a solo journey for James Earl Jones.
It's something he needs to experience on his own.
Mm-hmm. It's his me time.
Yeah.
And he cannot be stopped from eating 3 to 4 Rapunzel ice cream cones every time he's there.
He loves
It's his
them.
fave. It's his fave.
I can't think of an interview where he doesn't mention Tangled at least once.
Oh, I know. It's true. He loves that movie.
He's fascinated by it.
He's also very into the TV series, as I am.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
don't even get me started. I just started it.
You started
So,
watching it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I
thank
did
you.
too. I actually posted about
Thank
it last night on Instagram, how much I love it.
I started watching it because there was that clip that was released, I think, from last week's episode where Cassandra was singing. And oh my gosh, I didn't realize the musical numbers in the show were quite as strong as they are.
Well, it's Eden Espinosa, isn't it?
Eden Espinosa
Yeah.
voices Cassandra,
Yeah.
and then it was Jeremy Jordan voicing the other character in that song.
Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah, he does that thing with his voice where he kind of flips it a little bit, like where he
Ooh.
intentionally cracks it.
That was almost the sound of James Earl Jones
Was it?
on the teacups.
Well, you made some excellent choices, Patrick.
I'm aware.
I'm proud
aware.
of you. I like how they got successively more palatable as people, and I fully believe that Sarah Palin, Elizabeth Warren,
Thank you.
and James Earl Jones have no business being in a Disney park, but what
Sure
they
they
embrace
do.
while they're there is cute.
Everyone
Cute
has
stuff.
business in a Disney park, Adam.
Okay.
This may have been my least funny quick D, but it was my most honest quick D.
You really exposed your soul.
I really did.
Yeah.
Amongst many other things that I exposed today.
Yeah, put some clothes on.
I can't. I won't. Moving on to your quick D, Adam.
Yes?
I have looked into my Crystal Witch ball,
Yes.
and it has foretold that you are getting inducted into the Disney Legends Hall of Fame
Yes, I am.
in 7 short years.
Oh, that seems not so short to me.
Tell me, Adam, what category it was under and some of your accomplishments that led you to this extraordinary achievement.
I will do that.
Great.
My category is most fabulous, delicious personality / podcasting.
Yep, this is what I foresaw.
The first portion of that category is a little bit harder to describe because how do you define fabulous, delicious?
How don't you define it?
The second part's much easier. Podcasting, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm inducted for the tremendous work I put in on Gaze to the D.
Just you, I see.
Yeah. Well, it's just me being inducted, is it not?
It is true.
Okay. So let's talk about my accomplishments on the podcast. I mean, I make you look good.
Yeah,
So need I say more?
can't disagree with that.
Need I say more?
Can't disagree with that.
No, we can be co-inductees. I would allow that. Not on the fabulous, delicious part, but the podcast side, sure.
Oh, thank you so much for allowing that to happen.
I'm nothing but magnanimous.
You're
nothing if magnanimous.
Well, you're nothing if not eloquent as the day is long.
Eloquence. Yes. So the podcast, obviously the work I've done for the podcast, the amount of charity work I've done through the podcast, the amount of plastic surgery I've had because of the podcast.
And we all thank you for that, Adam.
I got to keep my looks up for this non-visual medium.
Yeah, you got to keep it snatched.
Yeah. And I think I've done that.
Yeah.
And I think my work kind of giving a voice to the rodent community because they are unheard and they deserve to be heard.
It's
And
true.
That's why I'm here.
The program that you started, That's for Rats,
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah. The Black Plague really kind of gave them a bad rap. And I think it's up to me to turn that around.
It's true.
Yeah.
Without your work, I wouldn't have so many rats in my house.
That's right. And it's the year of the rat. Let's not forget. So
it's the year of the mouse, Adam.
not in my world.
According to Disney.
Not in my world.
Not in anybody's world.
Not in anybody's
world.
Okay. So what is the delicious category
Yeah, what is
involved?
that? Tell
I
me.
think it's kind of obvious. It's about embracing who you are and not being ashamed of it.
Oh.
And being a positive, glorious, godlike, golden, glowing, what other G words can I say?
Gifted.
Gifted is one of them.
Going home.
Oh,
Sorry, that was in my...
how dare you?
I was just...
How dare you?
Just wishing something. It was that you should go home. Gratuitous.
When needed.
Grass-fed.
All natural. Gargantuan.
Okay. This is a long list, my friend, and I wish it would end.
But that's the thing. Like, how do you curtail? How do you cut off the accolades in this Disney Legends category? It's like, it's all about me.
Yeah.
It's all about me, Patrick.
I would say you cut it off swiftly with a sharp, sharp knife.
That kind of calls back to you wanting me to go home.
Yeah, this is why I have not been nominated in that category.
Why?
Because I'm none of those words that you previously claimed as your own.
Gargantuan.
I am that.
Not
I am
gargantuan. Not.
That. In some places. That will do it for this episode of Gays Do the D. Thanks for listening. To become a patron of the podcast, visit our website at gaysdothed.com/donate. For a donation of any amount, you can receive exclusive Gays Do the D content and help us continue to bring you the very best Disney news and discussion. Continue the conversation after this episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast. Submit your questions or show ideas to info@gaysdothed.com. Have a great week, everybody. See ya real soon.